All right, welcome to the third episode of Inbox Zero, the show where you help me clear out my inbox. Pretty straightforward. If this is your first time tuning in, I get a lot of questions into my email inbox, usually about marketing, sometimes about other stuff, and obviously for the real estate industry. So basically, what I figured I would do, I'll take a couple of questions every time I film and answer them on here. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So first question today. I get a lead. What should I say when I initiate contact? It's actually a really common one because obviously we send a lot of people leads through the agency business. And I actually take this one from Phil Jones. If you don't know Phil Jones, one of the best sales trainers around. He wrote the book Exactly What to Say. He also has a version called Exactly What to Say for Real Estate Agents. Actually, I keep a book here. Like I literally keep it next to my desk and then I just take it. Because once in a while, it's super useful for inspiration on exactly what to say. And basically what I do is I use this framework of polite opening, mutually agreeable fact, easy to answer question. And so in practice, like if someone reaches out about my listing, I might say, hi, name, this is Andrew with Just Sell Homes. I saw you were looking at 123 Main Street. Were you able to find the information you were looking for? If I'm sending them a guide, like a home prep guide, I might say, hi, this is Andrew from Just Sell Homes. I saw that you requested a copy of our guide on how to get your home ready for sale. Did you receive it? Just wanted to make sure in case it ended up in spam, right? Like it's just a really easy way to begin a conversation with someone. And then you can go into your qualifying from there. Typically, like, especially with like, say the leads coming off a listing and really any type of lead, I try to get off whatever like lead magnet got them in as quick as possible and go as fast as I can into what their motivation is for moving. And so I can establish timelines and all of that because like, just because they opted in for something here, maybe it's actually something over here that's the best thing for them. And the only way to do that is to actually truly understand where they're coming from and what they need. So we really focus on that instead of whatever that main thing is they opted in on. Like you do want to give them those initial answers. Like if they submitted something with a specific question, you answer that. But then as quick as you can, move off onto learning. All right, question 2. If a lead comes in and they're not ready to move, what should I do to stay in contact with them? So this is kind of a two-parter. So I mean, the first thing is if they tell you a timeline, like, hey, I'm looking to move in 2 years, you can pretty much ignore it. Like if you've been in the industry more than 4 or 5 years, I can guarantee you've had a client at some point or someone you were working with and they're like, yeah, I'm thinking of moving in like a year. And then 3 months later, you saw they bought. I mean, that stuff, it just happens, right? Like people, it's not that they were lying to you initially. It's just their plans change. Like the house I'm currently in, we had no intention of moving, no intention of buying it. And then literally a Friday, my wife saw it online. It literally checked every single box of what we were looking for in our forever home. And she was literally just bored sitting on the couch. So she just pulled up the Realtor.ca app to like just kind of browse and kill some time. And it just happened. This house came up. And so like we went and saw it that Sunday, immediately fell in love. And by Tuesday, we had an accepted offer. Fun fact, Tuesday overnight into Wednesday, her water broke. So we had to do the whole everything, get our house ready for sale, remove the conditions on all that from the hospital. True story. But like that goes to show that you don't always have that plan, right? Like you don't come into these things and say, yeah, no, I'm definitely going to move. But sometimes that perfect home can come up or that something's changed. Like maybe they plan to move 18 months from now and someone lost their job today and now they have to speed up those plans. You don't know. So I try to just constantly stay in touch with them. So like I'm a big proponent of weekly newsletters. So it's stuff that's more like community focused or value, even if they're not planning to move today. So I give them things that they're going to want to open. And to me, the easiest is kind of almost be like a local newspaper a little bit of keeping them up to date on what's going on in the community, because that also establishes you as the community expert. And then you just have a real estate section in there. Super easy way to stay in touch. If you want to see how I execute that, even for real estate agents, we do have a email that you can actually sign up for our Just Sell Homes newsletter. We send it every Tuesday. And it's kind of a great example of how we approach that to real estate agents. And you could do a similar thing for your community. Super simple. Actually saw that Chris Smith just launched a email marketing agency called Ella that basically does that for you. So you could also look at hiring that out to a company like that to write your newsletters for you. I don't know specifically how Ella does, but considering it's Chris Smith, I'm sure the quality is good, and I've got his emails and they're excellent as well. So you should check that one out if you don't want to do it yourself. Next question. Do I have to connect with the leads instantly? Yes and no. So, I mean, there is proof that the faster you can get to a lead, the higher your chance of converting, which is true. But if the difference for you to like convert a lead is, did I get to them in 30 seconds or 2 minutes or 5 minutes, you're kind of playing the wrong game already. So we don't look at it that way, right? So like you having to get to them that quickly to convert them is a failure of your marketing earlier, because the marketing you're doing over the long term should get to a point where what people want from you is that they want you specifically. They believe you are the person. And that means they'll wait to hear from you because you're the one they want. So like initially as you're starting out, yeah, like maybe you can't, it takes time to build up that brand. But that can be done a lot faster. Like we're talking months, not years, to build up that type of reputation if you're consistent with it. And if you're not, and you're constantly doing the speed to lead game, you're hurting yourself. Now, the other way that we look at that too is one of the reasons people have to do speed to lead is that like a lead ops in the website, let's say on a listing, the page just says, thanks, we'll be in touch, or a member of our team will be in touch. And that's the whole page. And that's a horrible strategy. Like I liken it to the story, and I've told this story a million times. If you've heard me speak on stage, you've probably heard this before. But like I always go back to this example of the Houston airport. They were having challenges. They were getting a ton of complaints about how long it was taking for the bags to get from the plane to the baggage carousel, and people had to wait. And they were sitting at the carousel, and they're just super annoying because they were waiting. So they tried everything they could to speed it up. They reduced the time by like 10%, 25%. Eventually, they were able to reduce the time it took to get the bags from the plane to the carousel in half, which is fantastic, right? Like a 50% reduction in how long it took was great. The amount of complaints didn't change at all. And it's actually really simple. Like they were still waiting, so they were still complaining. So someone else came in and changed the approach, and the complaints dropped to zero overnight. And all they did is they made the walk from the plane to the baggage carousel twice as long. So now when people are taking action and moving forward, they're not thinking of the fact that they're waiting. So it's a similar thing here with the speed to lead. Like when I got in the industry, they're like, you had to get to every lead in 30 minutes, then 15 minutes, then 5 minutes, then 2 minutes, then 30 seconds. And now it's like instantly, especially with AI, like you got to get there instantly. And that's a pain in the butt. So we try to be, okay, think of the Houston airport. What if we gave them something to do? So when they opt in, instead of saying, thanks, we'll be in touch, be like, great, a member of our team will be in touch. But do you need to sell your current home before you'd make an offer on your next one? Click below, enter your address, and we'll include a report on some comparable properties to give you an idea of what your home could sell for. And be like, great, that'll be in your inbox. Do you want to get a copy of our guide on how to get your home ready for sale? Just click download. Now we give that. Great. Do you want to look for other homes that might be a good fit for you? Click here to search homes. Like you can kind of keep giving them a thing to do, which also gives you a little breathing room to get to those leads. So don't always think about it as like, do I have to get to them instantly? It's kind of give them something to do. And have I done enough marketing and branding to make me be that person that they're willing to wait for? And I mean, yeah, you shouldn't make them wait days and weeks and all that, but like it shouldn't matter if you're a couple hours later. All right, last question for today. What ads produce the highest quality leads? I mean, it's funny every time I get asked this question because like normally they're like, what's the highest quality leads we can get? But we only still want to spend like $3 to $5 a lead. So a lot of the time there's kind of two components to this, right? Like there's that. So you have that initial direct response marketing type, which there is just kind of like how down the line can you get people and like hyper targeting you make your ads. But like if you really want the highest quality lead, you stop saying things like get this checklist, get this prep guide, get those types of lead magnets. You go straight to, do you need a realtor? Essentially, here's why you should choose me. You're going further down the funnel, closer to the transaction, people are ready to move. Now, you're going to pay more money for that. Those leads are going to be more expensive. So you're essentially like, if we look at it like the journey from like over here is someone who's not really thinking of moving, to over here we have somebody who's going to move and they're moving soon. Wherever you get them, like the closer to here you grab this person in your lead capture, the higher quality the lead's going to be. But like over here, the leads are going to be lower quality, but they're going to be way less expensive. And basically the closer and closer you go, yes, the like lead quality is going to go up, but so is the cost per lead. And then like if you're going right here, that's going to be your most expensive lead, but the highest quality. So if you want to go right here, go right there if that's what you want for your follow-up, but you want to take that into consideration. Now, if you're getting the leads really cheap over here and you have a great follow-up system, it can, for not much money, bring them all the way across, and now you've already got them. If you wait till here, your like marketing would have already done all that work. So whether you do it before you get the lead or after they get the lead, you're going to have to take them along that kind of like know, like, and trust parts of your marketing. It's just, do you do it when they're already a lead or when they're not yet a lead? There's not a right answer there. It's kind of like what fits better for your business and your systems. But if you want to shoot for the highest quality leads, you're not marketing lead magnets or anything like that. You're basically saying like, are you planning on selling your home? Do you want a realtor? Here's why you should pick me. You're going to pay more for those. They're going to be less leads overall, but that's how you get the highest quality ones. If you want a question featured on Inbox Zero, as always, you can inbox me. You can even leave it in the comments, anything like that, and I'll help you out. But I appreciate you guys tuning in again, and we'll see you next time, episode 4. That is, okay, just like traditional direct response marketing.